This is Stephen Alexander for another BSFS book review. Before I begin the episode, I'd like to point out that we're close to 75 episodes. I haven't decided yet if I'll do anything special for it or not. The main part I'd like to discuss is that I have no idea how I came to find today's book, Fallen Sun by Harule Stokes. I think I saw a posting about it once, this time last year on the main page. Anyway, as always, if I like a product, I'll toss it into the queue and eventually I'll get to it. I'm pretty glad I got to Fallen Sun. It's a superhuman war novel set in a fantasy Earth somewhere between our time and the future. The main character and her friends are super soldiers fighting a nation that fights organically. Like, literally organically. They swarm cities with spores and kill soldiers with quick-growing vines. And you thought your neighbor's lawn was out of control. At least you don't have to worry about your neighbor's weeds literally choking your kids to death. The story follows Martinez and her team of super soldiers as they fight the last battles of the war, her nation on the brink of victory at an extremely high price. She learns her enemy is not as bad as she thought, then that they are as bad as she thought, and finally that they are the same. She's also forced to fight the most dangerous enemies she's ever faced, many of which are on her own team, as well as the urge to run away. But to run away would have left her wanting to come back, holding on to a life full of regret over the loss of her teammates, the ones that didn't go to Crazy Town because of the awful experiments that made them superhuman. Yeah, they didn't include that in the contract. What did I like about the story? Sometimes when men, like the author Harule Stokes, write female characters, they make them too masculine or too underdeveloped on the feminine side. Or they overemphasize an aspect of a character's femininity too far and the character seems off in a way. I didn't notice that problem with the main character in Fallen Sun. It was more apparent with Patricia, the lead sniper, but overall, I think the book passes the Bechdel test. If you don't know what the Bechdel test is, think of it as a social test. A movie or work of fiction passes the Bechdel test if the female characters talk to each other about something other than a man in a romantic way. Wonder Woman passed the test, for example. Sex and the City would probably fail in every episode and crappy movie. What didn't I like about the story? I didn't enjoy the romantic angle between the main character and the underling of the field commander. It was a little forced, but got better as the characters spent more time with each other. The writers made her hold on to baggage that she probably would have forgotten about after all the years of heavy combat and bad-tasting medicine from the med department. You laugh now, but try some spoiled Pepto-Bismol and I guarantee your stomach would hurt more than any breakup ever could. The battle between Fallen Sun and the team had a good lead-up and great twists, but it ended much sooner than I expected. To talk up such a great threat, let it end that way felt like an ass pull. I didn't want a 14-episode lead-up with filler like DBZ's Cell Saga either, but he could have added a few more punches. My recommendation. Fallen Sun is an amazing sci-fi war novel that pits two completely different fanatic nations against each other, while making the main characters realize how alike they really are. One side may fight with machines of metal, the other fights with organic machines, but deep down inside they still want the same thing. Kind of. Maybe. Don't know. The main characters know why they're fighting, but don't know why things descended so quickly into a war of survival. Maybe that's the real message here, that you will lose your sense of self in war, and that the real fight is to keep it before you go nuts and wind up stuffed into a stasis pod. I give Fallen Sun a bright score of 4.5 out of 5 stars. May you never fall from your heavens into the briar patch of bad military sci-fi. Got any questions, suggestions, or works for me to review? Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And whatever you do, don't kick the black living tree. It might kick back. Just saying.